Welcome back to America Decides. 17 hours and 26 hours. No, I am not randomly plucking timestamps out of the sky just for because. No, I'm describing the time it took for two very important House committees to work through parts of the president's economic agenda. The House Ways and Means Committee spent 17 hours grinding through the process of approving the tax provisions. The Energy and Commerce Committee spent 26 hours grinding through the process to approve structural changes to the future of Medicaid. All of this on party line votes after this very long consideration, lots of Democratic amendments. And where does this leave us? Well, it leaves us with component parts of the Trump agenda moving forward in the House, but their path to passage still a little bit unresolved. And for insight into that path to passage, please welcome in Caitlin Huey-Burns, who joins us from Capitol Hill. Caitlin, pick it up from there.
Hey, Major. Well, some of those lawmakers fell asleep during those proceedings. So
no judgment, by the way. No judgment. No judgment on that.
I would be the same way as I was watching this on C-SPAN. Yes, we do watch it on C-SPAN. But basically, this is a monumental task, to say the least, for House Speaker Mike Johnson. If you kind of think about this like the House Republican Conference, like a seesaw, you have only 3 votes to lose, and you've got a more moderate Republican contingent that wants certain things to appease them that turns away some of the more conservative members of the conference and vice versa. So he's been trying to kind of strike this balancing act, and so there have been a lot of conversations going through. The 2 biggest sticking points, at least right now, are relate to how to cut money away from Medicaid programs. And what conservatives want to see is deeper cuts. What has come out so far is an adjustment to work requirements. But actually, those wouldn't set in until a couple of years from now. And conservatives say that is not enough. They want more. Then you have the more moderate members from blue states, high tax states, wanting a higher cap on state and local tax deductions, known as SALT. If you hear the word SALT a lot, that's what that's referring to. They believe that that's the thing that helps pay for this whole tax bill in the first place. So a lot of different constituencies that want their say in this bill. I talked to one more conservative member of the House about what he wants to see in terms of Medicaid, and I also asked House Speaker Mike Johnson where he is in all of this. Take a listen.
You're not on board with the cuts as they are so far, right?
Right. Yeah, right now. Then the reason is that it's funny math. They're moving a lot of these cuts into the future. Some of it is a distant future, new presidential, administrations.
The work requirements,
a lot of the IRA is being phased out over time. So, and then we have waivers put in the Medicaid provisions. So if states want to, they can, the state gets to pick that they're going to issue a waiver. Since when do we give that authority to? Right now, if we're going to do waivers, it has to be approved by the federal government. We're going to turn all that over to the states.
What's the latest with the SALT group?
Ongoing discussions, very productive, very positive. We're going to get to a point of resolution on it.
Some of the conservative members have expressed they want some deeper cuts involving Medicaid. What's been your response to that?
We're not cutting Medicaid. They want to find some more savings to shore up the program.
So still a lot to be worked out here. And House Speaker Mike Johnson says that they are expecting to vote on this by next Friday before they recess for Memorial Day weekend. It's still an uphill climb. He says don't count him out. He's been in this position before where he has eventually delivered the votes. But I can say, talking to members today, the sides are very far apart still. Now, there's also this moment that we go through with any type of big piece of legislation where everybody wants to exert their influence and signal to their constituents that they are fighting for a particular stance here. So we're seeing a lot of that too, but a lot of conversations are going to be happening between now and next Friday to actually muscle this through. And I don't even want to talk about how difficult this will be to get through the Senate. Major.
Yes, we will save the Senate exertions for another time. We'll stick with the House and all of your helpful guidance. Caitlin Huey-Burns, thanks so much. New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler joins me now. Congressman Mike, if I may, are you yes or no on the tax component of the reconciliation bill as written? And if you're a no, why are you a no?
As it's currently written, Major, I'm a no. The cap on salt does not adequately increase to address the concerns that I have had throughout this process. I've said since coming to Congress in 2023 that I would not support a tax bill that does not adequately lift the cap on salt. The fact is that salt, otherwise known as the state and local tax deduction, was capped in 2017 as a pay-for other provisions within the tax bill. It is set to expire at the end of the year and revert back to unlimited. Now, while I would certainly welcome unlimited salt, the reality is that it would be associated with an increase in the AMT, a deduction, a reduction of the standard deduction. It would be the largest tax increase in American history. So we all have to negotiate in good faith. Unfortunately, the Ways and Means Chair did not do that through this process. And so we are now in the process of negotiating with the Speaker.
Did the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee handle this in good faith? Because Nick LaLotta, your Republican colleague, says he didn't.
To be honest, I mean, I'm very disappointed in the way that this was handled. The fact is that everybody has known for 2+ years that this issue had to be addressed. We have been asking for meetings and conversations for months, only to be told that it would happen. And then subsequently, they tried to jam us with a number. And I, for one, am not getting rolled on an issue that matters this much to my constituents. And ultimately, we have elevated this to the Speaker, and so we're going through the process now.
Do you trust that process with Speaker Mike Johnson?
Look, we are working through it. I think the Speaker is trying to negotiate in good faith, and I think we will get to a resolution because we have to. The fact is, if we don't pass a tax bill, it'll be the single largest tax increase in American history, and that's not something I support. At the same token, I'm not going to just settle for a number that was shoved down our throats by the Ways and Means Committee.
The bill, as I understand it, does not address no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and barely touches Social Security. Is that also a problem for you?
That's not true. The bill does address no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. Social Security cannot be touched in this process. I know under reconciliation, but I know that there is an effort as part of the standard deduction to really focus in on providing relief for our seniors. So a lot of the provisions that the president championed, including lifting the cap on salt, are going to be part of the final bill.
Do you think that final bill will be passed by next week?
I know that's the Speaker's goal and objective. We are going to work in good faith to get to an agreement on salt. We're having a meeting tomorrow with the Speaker, and hopefully we can make progress.
What's the number? What is your bottom line number, Mike, on state and local tax deduction?
You know, I've read The Art of the Deal, Major, and I'm not going to negotiate it with you in public. But the fact is, we are in process of negotiating. It is significantly more than what is in the Ways and Means bill. And again, to me, this is about fairness. It's about ending double taxation. It's about providing real tax relief to the middle class. And that's what we're fighting for here.
Congressman, play this scenario out for me. President gets on the phone and says, you got to vote for this. I can't fail. This legislation can't fail. I'm not going to be the president who's going to have the biggest tax increase in American history. I know you're unhappy. I'll fix it later. You've got to vote for this. Tell me, Mike Lawler, are you going to tell the president under that scenario, I can't help you?
Not that I can't help you. We need to work to find a resolution. I mean, the fact is that if the tax bill expires, salt comes back unlimited. And the president would never accept the terms of this deal as presented, and neither are we. So obviously, if it comes to it that we need to negotiate with the president, we will. But the objective, obviously, is to address this in the House and get it done. So that's what we're working towards. But ultimately, if we can't find agreement, then yeah, we're going to have to deal with the White House on it.
And what is your level of concern that you pass it through the House, you're satisfied, and your Senate Republican colleagues undo it all, or most of it?
Again, if it doesn't happen, there's not going to be a bill because I won't vote for it. So, I'm negotiating in good faith. We're going to come to an agreement, and folks are going to have to abide by the agreement. The margins are what they are, and you need 218 votes in the House. And the fact is, there are 6 of us that have been very clear on this.
And when are you going to announce for governor, Congressman?
Right now, I'm focused on this. We'll take a look. Obviously, we're still in the process of looking at it, but we'll make a decision in a short while.
And very quickly, are you for or against the President of the United States accepting a gift of a 747 from the government of Qatar?
Look, I have great concerns about it. As chair of the Middle East and North Africa subcommittee, I've had great concerns about Qatar and, frankly, some of their entanglements in the Middle East, especially with Iran and Hamas. So, I have concerns about it. I've asked for more.
Is it a bad idea? Is it a bad idea, Mike?
Yeah. Look, I think from the standpoint of accepting a gift from a foreign government of that magnitude, certainly. But I've asked for more information, and we're looking into it.
Congressman Mike Lawler, Republican, New York. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.